a brand new pair of CLETO Reyes. Have they improved? Have they increased their fit to box score? And also I've heard a whisper that CLETO Reyes are getting closer to their actual weight, what is on the label, to what they weigh. Is that true? Hello and welcome to Fit to Box channel. I'm Simon, full-time amateur boxing coach, and here on Fit to Box channel I feature all things boxing equipment. Over the years since I've started the channel, I have done several reviews on CLETO Reyes gloves, and these are a brand new pair that were ordered through Mad Dogs Boxing in the Midlands, and I'm going to do a full review of these. Now, I was particularly interested in doing a review of these because I heard a whisper, I heard a rumour, I saw a post that was on Instagram from another boxing store in the UK, and they were saying that they had weighed all of their new CLETO Reyeses, and instead of them being overweight, they were actually weighing correct. So because there's a girl at the club that had recently ordered these, I wanted to see whether or not that was in fact true. I did a review just over 12 months ago of a pair of CLETO Reyes that were 14 ounce, and they actually weighed 17 ounce, a little bit over 17 ounce, and that has been a problem for Reyes for many years, in that they are weighing 2 or 3 ounces more than the label, which for me is a quality control problem, because there is other brands out there that are consistently getting that right. So CLETO Reyes, obviously they are trading on that historic sort of logo, that beautiful classic looking logo that they've got, and these are the CLETO Reyes Velcro sparring gloves. That logo is iconic. It's been in many big fights. As you can see behind me, you can see that both Manny Pacquiao and Ricky Hatton wearing Reyes in that fight there. And these are beautiful in the purple. Also with Reyes, they do smell beautiful. I think that the best smelling gloves out there, actually, a very distinctive smell that those people that have had Reyes will know what I'm talking about. The leather on them is goat skin and is absolutely lovely leather, and they are very well made. So they are handmade in Mexico, and you can get these come in the purple, you can get them in black, white and blue, and if you look on the website you'll be able to see that there's many colours that Reyes do when it comes to their gloves. Now when it comes to Mad Dogs, maddogsboxing.com, when it comes to the prices, for 12 ounce it is £213.99. For 14 ounce, which is these, they are £221.99. 16 ounce, £229.99, and 18 ounce, £229.99. So this is a brand that, because of the different ounces, there is a slight increase in the price. So let's have a closer look at these gloves. So these gloves I think are stunning in the purple. So you've got a beautiful, it's almost like a metallic-y purple. On that goat skin, you've got that lovely, instantly recognisable CLETO Reyes badge. As you come down, you've got sort of the padding at the rear, at the top there, and then you've got this badge at the rear with the gold, the 14 ounce indicator, and as I bring it across, you can see there is that leather, and it is a beautiful leather with a fantastic smell. And then we come onto the knuckle, and that is a latex knuckle and a real flat punch surface that you come to expect when it comes to Mexican gloves. The thumbs actually, I think they stick out a little here. You have got that attached thumb there, and also on there as well you've got some large, the 6 large air holes on the thumb. Then we come to that wrist, and you've got the cloth badge, which I think looks great, brand new, with that black background, the white writing and the gold sparkly effect there. I think that looks really good. Try not to get that dirty because that can look grubby quite quickly. And then as I bring it down, you've got the Velcro. It's a good Velcro. You've got the soft padding. It's thick, but it's soft padding at the rear. And at the front, again, thick padding at both sides at the front. And then obviously you've got the Reyes there, that logo with the number, and that's how you know that these are real Reyes and not fakes, and there is plenty of fakes out there. You can see from there you've got that ounce indicator on there as well, indicating for these 14 ounce. And then let's come on to the face of the glove, and then what you've got is you've got a firm thin grip bar. You've also got smaller air holes, 4 of them in the center under the grip bar, and then inside the glove to stop the gape you have got that big piece of elastic. Again, sometimes that catches on your hand wraps when you're putting your hands in the gloves. The stitching, if you have a look at the stitching, they are very, very well made, very neat, handmade in Mexico with this goat leather. And then as I come down, I'll show you you've got a warning label there on the outside. This is all stuff you can look for when you're looking at Reyes gloves to see whether or not the ones that you're buying are real. You've got another label there, and then also that label there as well. Let me show you both sides so you can see. And then inside you can see you've got that lining. It's a nylon water repellent lining, but as you can see it's nice and tight in this area here. And then as you look further up the glove, you can see it does get a little bit baggy on the inside, at the back of the hand and where the fingers are. I think that could be a little tighter up there. So CLETO Reyes, 14 ounce on the label. That hasn't counted for much in the past. The last 14 ounce pair I had weighed over 17 ounce. I'm hoping that these are going to weigh close to that 14 ounce. So I'll put them onto the scales. 12.8, so that's underweight for the left glove. And then on the right glove, 12.6, 12.7. Again, underweight for a 14 ounce glove. So still Reyes are struggling to weigh their gloves and get them to their label weight. Okay, so let's have a look at the comfort and put them on. And as I put them on, you have got that soft, thick, soft padding at the front of the wrist, and also you've got thick, soft padding at the rear of the wrist as well. You've got that Velcro that wraps around nice. I do find that sticks up a little, but it doesn't seem to come undone when you're sparring in them. As I put them on, in the finger area, the finger pad is very comfortable. It's like flat. There is no discomfort on like the cuticles or up behind the fingernails. That is fine. You can open the hands, no problem. The only thing I would say with these is that the thumb does stick out a little, okay? Not a load, but a little. Just hold your thumb out there. Obviously, there is gloves out there that are a little bit more like that bring the thumb in. Now, when it comes to the punch surface, you've got that flat Mexican punch surface. Really does give a good connection. A bit unforgiving in sparring, but really good when it comes to the bags. Okay, now when I've used these, I do find that sometimes in sparring you do get a little bit of a jamming of the thumb because that thumb is sort of sticking out, and you don't get that in a lot of other gloves. So just be aware of that, especially if you've got thumb injuries already. So put on the other one, exactly the same when it comes to the comfort, totally fine. I would say though on the inside, sort of from there all the way through to there, the lining is quite baggy. A lot of the top gloves now, they've got it so that the lining in there is nice and tight and you can't sort of move it around. CLETO Reyes are still yet to catch up with that, I would say. The lining around this area here seems sort of more secure, and then as it goes from this point here through to where the fingers are, there's a definite sort of movement with the lining on the inside of the gloves. And again, when it comes to the thumbs, this thumb a little tight at the front and a little sticking out. It's not terrible, but I have to compare it to the other gloves out there, the other top gloves out there, and when it comes to those top gloves, it's things like that that do separate the top gloves from gloves like these. So when I went on the bags with them, great knuckle strike surface when you're hitting the bags, and I do prefer these on the bags. So I have already got a Fit to Box ratings card in both Velcro and also lace, and I've sort of been using these recently, and I have to say that my score was absolutely spot on, and I don't think that I can increase these or decrease these from my score that I've already got. So they're not going to change in any way their position in the lists. They do feature in my Fit to Box pound for pound list because these are, you know, a great pair of gloves, and they come out at 2 Fit to Box stars. So these ones actually do feature in the Fit to Box heavyweight price division for Velcro gloves, and that's for gloves between 201 English pounds to 400 English pounds, or $251 US to $500 US. Of course, these being $221.99 for the 14 ounce on the label. So let me just come on to the 3 Mexican flaws that I always look out for. One is comfort. Now, the only thing I would say is the thumb sticking out is the only part of these that I would say is uncomfortable. Places that could be more comfortable is obviously the lining. If the lining was a little bit tighter in there, that would be more comfortable. And of course, the weight as well. So we've got comfort. I would say if I was doing a red, amber, green on comfort, I'd say these were probably amber to green. Then we come on to that weight, and of course I was hoping, having seen that sort of post on Instagram, that these were going to weigh correct. Unfortunately, they've gone the other way. So the ones that I reviewed before were like 2-3 ounces over, and these have come out closer to 12 ounce gloves than 14 ounce gloves. So it still appears that at the Reyes factory, the actual scales that they use are not being used consistently. And I have to say, for a pair of gloves that are £221, you would expect better quality control than that. And the third Mexican flaw is, as I say, thumbs, weird thumbs. I wouldn't say these are the worst Mexican thumbs that I've ever sort of used, but they do sort of stick out a little, so I need to sort of make you aware of that. Also, that Reyes logo, it is prone to chipping, so make sure you look after them. Certainly don't get just chucking them on the floor, because once that starts to chip and starts to sort of come away, it makes the gloves look older, makes them look sort of really sort of grubby really, especially if that cloth badge also starts to get a little bit dirty. You can have a new pair that actually starts to look quite old quite quickly if you start to throw them on the floor or leave them on the side for people to knock off. So I would be sort of using these and putting them straight into a bag and then putting them into my hold all. I wouldn't be taking a chance on that logo or even dirtying that cloth badge. So, as I say, no change in the score. When it comes to these, I think that they are still struggling to get the weight correct. And for me, that is a problem because other brands are getting it right. And it's not even like they're a little bit out. They're sort of closer to other size gloves than they are to the actual size on the label. So the ones that I reviewed just over a year ago, they were 14 ounce and they were closer to 17 ounce. That's not acceptable. And these 14 ounce, but closer really to 12 ounce. Again, not acceptable. Not when other brands are getting it so right. So I wanted to bring you those. I think they are a beautiful glove, especially in that purple. And I really do rate CLETO Reyes. I always have. That's why they rate so highly. Are they as good as the top gloves? They've still got some improvements that they need to make. And I'm not sure that Reyes are able to make them, because it's been pointed out for a good few years now, some of these problems that they've got. So I hope you enjoyed that. Please like and subscribe to Fit to Box channel, and I shall speak to you soon.